Good morning. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Atlanta and our Sunday morning live stream worship. So glad you've joined us. We hope you will take part completely in our services. Light a chalice along with us at home, sing along to the hymns, read along with the readings, fully be present in this moment. We are starting a brand new worship series this morning called Normalize This that I'm very excited about, and our first... Seeking justice. This is We Are a Gentle, Angry People. We are a gentle, angry people, and we are singing for our lives. We are a gentle, angry people, and we are singing for our lives. We are a justice-seeking people, and we are singing for our lives. We are a justice-seeking people, and we are singing for our lives. We are a land of many colors, and we are singing for our lives. We are a land of many colors, and we are singing for our lives. We are gay and straight together, and we are singing for our lives. We are gay and straight together, and we are singing for our lives. We are a gentle, angry people, and we are singing for our lives. We are a gentle, angry people, and we are singing for our lives. So glad you've chosen to be with us this morning. It is the best place to watch worship online, anywhere.
Good morning. Welcome to Sunday morning worship. It has been another long, difficult, challenging week for us all, and it is so good to be together in whatever way we can across distance, to come together again, to remember our deepest commitments to community, to each other, to a better, more just world. I'm Reverend Taryn Strauss, Senior Minister here at the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Atlanta. We are working on building beloved community together that changes lives. I do want to invite you into this new worship series, Normalize This. Normality, that word for when someone adapts to the most common and most expected behavior in society. But what is our theological relationship to normalcy? For our collective liberation, for a just world, we must begin to normalize some behaviors, some things that are maybe now seen as radical or rare. Unitarian Universalism has truly never been concerned with what is normal. But how might we take what is viewed as marginal, as different, and bring it into the realm of normal in order to liberate our minds, to free us all? Does the concept of normal even serve our spiritual imagination? These are the questions we will ponder today, this Sunday, and over the next few Sundays together. Please know that wherever you are from, whatever path you are on, whomever you love, you are welcome here to worship with us. I'm so excited to share with you this announcement in our religious education program. Please mark your calendars for this Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. We will have something that I have wanted to do for quite a while at UUCA, an adult religious education session about our vaccines from the CDC, these miraculous vaccines that were developed within a year of the pandemic. It's such an exciting development, scientific development, and it is time for us to come together as a community to learn together from Dr. Karen Remley from the CDC, just down the road. She will discuss the science behind this incredibly rapid development of the COVID-19 vaccines, and she will also help us understand what life post-vaccine will look like. So please come this Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. I will certainly be there, ready to learn along with you. The link to register for all of the Adult RE classes is going into the chat right now. You only have to register one time to receive the link to all this semester's classes. Once you receive that link, that will have all the dates and times for the classes this semester. Beginning in January of this year, and every month since then, the congregation and the board have come together to vision a future UUCA. And today marks the last Zoom session where you will have the chance to reflect with the Board of Trustees on all that they have gathered and discerned from these workshops that articulate the core values, the mission, and the ends that will guide all of our ministries and everything we do together. So please join the board immediately after today's service for that final Zoom session, visioning session. The registration link is going into the live chat right now. Our annual meeting is just around the corner, May 16th. The Board of Trustees invites you to attend an upcoming town hall by registering at uuca.org/townhall. Participating in these town halls in advance of the congregational meeting helps these meetings go smoothly once we can all gather for that. Register now to meet your new board, stewardship, and nominating committee members. And now we hope that through the live chat, you will express love and care and welcome for one another. So please take a moment now to say hello, to welcome each other and anyone who may be visiting into this morning's worship. Once again, we are so glad you have decided to join us for service this morning. And now it is time to get out that chalice you have in your home, so we may light our chalices together as we say our chalice lighting words that are written on the screen for you. May the light of this flame illuminate our tradition of seeking, invite all who yearn for acceptance, and ignite our passion for justice and peace.
I've been very lucky in my life that since going to music school, being here at UUCA, working with the Atlanta Gay Men's Chorus as I do, I get to spend a lot of time in queer space. Queer space is radical space. It is emotional, powerful space. It is a space where you learn to be more empathetic, a space where you learn a lot about chosen family and in bringing close people around you. This morning, I get to sing two fabulous anthems that have been powerful in queer space for a long time. This is I Am What I Am from Lakash. I am what I am. I am my own special creation. So come take a look. Give me the hook or the ovation. It's my world that I want to have a little pride in. My world, and it's not a place I have to hide in. Life's not worth a damn till you can say, hey world, I am what I am. I am what I am. I don't want praise, I don't want pity. I bang my own drum. Some say it's noise, I think it's pretty. And so what if I love each feather and each bangle? Why not try to see things from a different angle? Your life is a sham till you can say, hey world, I am what I am. I am what I am. And what I am needs no excuses. I deal my own deck, sometimes the ace, sometimes the deuces. There's one life, and there's no return and no deposit. One life, so it's time to open up your closet. Life's not worth a damn till you can say, hey world, I am what I am.
Thank you so much, Don. And now won't you please at home rise in body or in spirit and join the Liebman Honeycutt family in this morning's movement prayer.
We bow to honor the spirit of life. We lift our arms and embrace the gifts of spirit. We bring these gifts unto ourselves with gratitude and breathe and smile. We share these gifts with the world. We remember to be present, honor, embrace, gratitude, share, be present.
ever tell you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. How could anyone ever tell you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul.
Let us put hands upon hearts and feel the warm connection. Let love in this moment flow. Say to yourself silently, I will love myself. I will love others. And that love will heal the world. This week in America, O Spirit of Life has found us in a tailspin once again. We have been the wailing mother, screaming in shock and horror that our child was murdered by the same police who were so designated to protect and provide safety. We have been the child, running scared, calling for our mama, not knowing where to turn, just praying to live. We have been the spouse of a FedEx employee, terrified that we would see our beloved's name on the news and that somehow sending them off to work would become a death sentence. We cry out in anguish, how can this be our life? How? And we look at our history of slavery, of Middle Passage, the brutality of war and pillaging of land from the native peoples. We consider the long history of profit before people, and we cry out, how could this not be our life? We honor the lives lost to gun violence this week, these past few weeks. We toll the bell we will say the names of those who were murdered by police and toll the bell for all others who lost their lives to gun violence this week. Adam Toledo, Dante Wright, Matthew Zadok Williams, in our pain, we cry out for relief from this violence. We cry out, gentle, angry, loving. Release us from fear of the other. Release us from complacency until first we imagine and then we remake a world where all of us are free and all of us are safe. We shall not rest until there is one standard of justice. You are invited now to say the names of people you are holding in your heart this morning. Someone who could use some extra loving energy coming their way. Please write their names into the live chat or speak their names into this holy moment now. As humans have gathered for millennia, so we gather in our way on this day to gently surrender to something beyond ourselves, to humbly acknowledge our mistakes, to ask forgiveness, to seek hope and renewal, to honor the earth that supports and sustains life, to remember that all beings are inextricably and mysteriously connected, and to feel that connection. Now, we still our bodies and we still our minds. We take in a big breath and we exhale. We relax into this moment that our intentions make sacred. We enter into the wise silence.
How could anyone ever tell you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul.
Julian is a Mermaid. Written and illustrated by Jessica Love. Read by Laura Beth Brown. This is a boy named Julian. And this is his abuela. One day, on the subway ride home, he glimpses 3 beautiful women dressed as mermaids. Julian loves mermaids. Whenever Julian goes to the swimming pool with his grandmother, he dreams of being a mermaid. Vámonos, mijo. This is our stop. Abuela, did you see the mermaids? I saw them, mijo. Abuela, I am also a mermaid. I'm going to take a bath. You be good. Julian has a good idea. He sheds his boy clothes and fashions a headdress out of a fern. And then he transforms the window curtain into a long skirt, tying its end to resemble a mermaid's tail. Just as he is rejoicing in his self-creation, his abuela returns from the bath, frowns, and walks away. Did abuela not approve? Is he in trouble? Come here, mijo. For me, abuela? For you, Julian. Julian takes her hand and follows her out of the house and through the streets. Where are we going? You'll see, says abuela. Mermaids, whispers Julian. It was a parade of them, of every size, shape, gender, and color. Mermaids, like you, mijo. Let's join them.
Thank you, Laura Beth. I would like you to know that I'm proud of you. This was a year where if you merely survived, it would have been enough. Truly, that would have been more than enough. If you had simply shown up here on Sundays, it would have been enough. If you had given the bare minimum of your time to UUCA, it would have been enough. And yet, this was a year of dreaming of a new mission statement, values and end statements for the future of this congregation. You know, I tried to actually give you some exit ramps throughout the year with Jennifer and Sean. Are you sure? Are you sure you want to do this year with everything going on? But the Board of Trustees persevered through their visioning process with you. They were ready to dream that new future into being. You gathered for meetings and conversations about your dreams and your hopes for what we can be for Atlanta. We went deep together, asking bigger and bigger questions and understanding ourselves to be accountable to all those people who haven't found us yet. Together, earlier this year, we raised $4.2 million in a capital campaign in a pandemic. We are a success story beyond most congregations' wildest imaginations. You have innovated virtual religious educational programs this year, family, chapel, and online support groups. Our support groups are thriving more than they have in a very long time. Not only did we never stop loving, learning, singing, and praying, but we did so much more than we had to do. We went above and beyond the call to be the beloved community for each other in a time when we needed it desperately. And we will not rest today. We will not stop. today. That is why each and every week we continue to gather to make meaning out of everything going on in our lives and in our world, and we continue to go to uuca.org/give to make our contribution, to share our treasure with this congregation that inspires us again and again to go beyond what any one of us could ever do on our own and do something tremendously ambitious together. The offering will now be given and gratefully received.
Something has changed within me. Something is not the same. I'm through with playing by the rules of someone else's game. Too late for second guessing. Too late to go back to sleep. It's time to trust my instincts. Close my eyes and leap. It's time to try defying gravity. I think I'll try defying gravity, and you can't pull me down. I'm through accepting limits, 'cause someone says they're so. Some things I cannot change, but till I try, I'll never know. Too long I've been afraid of losing love. I guess I've lost. But if that's love, it comes at much too high a cost. I'd sooner buy defying gravity. Kiss me goodbye, I'm defying gravity, and you can't pull me down. Unlimited, my future is unlimited, and I found a vision almost like a prophecy. I know it sounds truly crazy and true. The vision's hazy, but I know someday I'll be up in the sky, defying gravity. Kiss me goodbye, I'm defying gravity, and you can't pull me down. So if you can't find me, look to the western sky, 'cause someone told me lately everyone deserves a chance to fly. And if I'm flying so low, at least I'm flying free. To those who ground me, take a message back from me. Tell them how I'm defying gravity. I'm flying high, I'm defying gravity, and soon I'll match them in renown. Nobody in all of Oz, no wizard that there is or was, is ever gonna bring me down.
It is such a blessing to do this with you every Sunday. It is a blessing to do this for and with you every Sunday. So please continue to to defy gravity together, not alone, right? We can do this together. And so let us say now together the words of our dedication of our offering. To the work of this congregation, which is weaving a tapestry of love and action we call community. We dedicate our lives, and these are offerings. This morning's reading is by the Irish poet Dennis O'Driscoll, who wrote this and published this in 1985. It's called Normally Speaking. To assume everything has meaning. To return at evening, feeling you have earned a rest, and put your feet up before a glowing TV set and fire. To have your favorite shows. To be married to a local whom your parents absolutely adore. To be satisfied with what you have. The neighbors, the current hemline, the dual immersion, the government doing its best. To keep an average size and buy clothes off the rack. To bear the kind of face that can be made up to prettiness. To go contentedly to work, knowing how bored you'd be at home. To book holidays, to where bodies blend, tanned like sand grains. To be given to little excesses, Christmas hangovers, spiked high heels, chocolate eclair binges, lightened hair. To postpone children until the house extension can be afforded and the car paid off. To see the world through double glazing and find nothing wrong. To expect to go on living like this and to look straight forward, no regrets. To get up each day neither in wonder nor in fear. Meeting people on the bus you recognize and to accept you without question for who you are. So ends this morning's reading. Far, far away, in the abode of the great god Indra, king of heaven, hangs a wondrous, vast net, much like a spider's web in intricacy and loveliness. It stretches out indefinitely in all directions. At each node or crossing point of the net hangs a single glittering jewel. Since the net itself is infinite in dimension, the jewels are infinite in number. The sparkling jewels, well, they hang there, just suspended and supported by the net, glittering like stars, dazzling to behold. Close your eyes now and imagine what this magnificent jeweled net looks like, spread across the vast expanse of space. Now, keep your eyes closed and move in close to one jewel on the net. Look closely, and you will see that the polished surface of the gem reflects all the other jewels in the net, infinite in number. Each jewel reflected in this gem you are gazing into also reflects all the other jewels, so that the process of reflection itself is infinite. Now, open your eyes and know that you are a sparkling jewel in Indra's net, as is every person around you. Realize, too, that the infinite reflections speak to the illusory nature of appearances. Appearances are not, in fact, reality, but are only a reflection. The true nature of a person is not to be captured in their appearance. However powerful that appearance might be, it is yet only a reflection of what is real. In addition, whatever you do to one jewel affects the entire net, as well as yourself. You cannot damage one strand of a spider web without injuring the entire web. You cannot damage one strand of a web that is the universe without injuring all others in it. This can work for good or ill because, of course, just as destructive acts affect the entire net, so do loving, constructive, compassionate acts affect the entire net. A single helpful act of affirmation or kindness will send positive ripples across the infinite net, touching every jewel, every person in existence. This is the Buddhist conception of the universe in a single image of Indra's net. What we see is only a reflection of what a person is. As Ayanna Stringer pointed out last week, what is needed to transform a space, to transform the air, our lives, the current state of our nation is imagination. Let us not settle for a return to normal, whatever that was before the pandemic. Let us not rest in the concept of normal. Let us imagine a way of life beyond normal, better than normal. Because as it stands today, mass shootings in America are normal. Police killing Black people with impunity has become normal. The murder of Black transgender women, violence against Asian Americans, militarized police forces on our streets and cities and suburbs, that's all become normal, and we cannot abide it. What do we need to imagine a new paradigm for our society's resurrection story that we are living through even now? Let us take a closer look at what may seem strange, and let us trouble that notion of strangeness. So when someone suggested we do a worship service on normalizing queerness, I felt it would be more queer to queer normalcy. Theologian Patrick Cheng, in his seminal text, Radical Love, suggests the idea of queerness. It's a self-conscious embrace of all that is transgressive of societal norms, particularly in the context of sexuality and gender identity, but also beyond. It is best understood as a verb or an action. That is, to queer something is to engage with a methodology that challenges and disrupts the status quo. To queer something is to turn convention and authority on its head. It is about seeing things in a different light and reclaiming voices and sources that previously had been ignored or silenced or discarded. It is proudly asserting a worldview for which lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer people have been historically taunted, condemned, beaten, tortured, and killed. Queerness is also about transgressing, erasing some of the boundaries. The traditional categories of sexuality and gender identity, well, those are merely social constructs. Though these social constructs are deeply and powerfully ingrained in each of us from birth. I have to say, it is a wonderfully liberating time to be raising children with a queer lens, to be queering parenting. My children are being raised to understand that colors such as pink and blue are not gendered, and clothes and toys and products are non-gendered. But let me tell you, we have a lot to fight, to battle against commercials and ads and advertising that continue to create and inform those structures. I play around with gender often, and they don't know a mother any other way. What would the world become if we could raise all children free from constructs of gender and sexuality, if we could all queer parenting? Well, we are beginning to find out the answer as new generations are coming of age with less hang-ups about gender and greater comfort with different pronouns and different ways of expressing themselves beyond gender. And this congregation, this worshiping community, well, it can be a mermaid parade, like the story we heard earlier, where kids and adults come to play with gender and sexual identity, where parents support each other in queering parenting. It's a place where we can explore who we are outside of what gender has assigned to us. Who are you outside of what gender has assigned to you? It's a freeing question to ask yourself. And it is also what universalism asks of us. I think about a professor, Princeton professor, Dr. Jim Loder, who said, "Love is the non-possessive delight in the unique particularity of the other." Love is the non-possessive delight in the unique particularity of the other. What if we could really delight in each other's unique particularity, rather than squinting to find some similarity and to make someone something that you already know, something you already understand? How can I be rigorously and vividly and authentically who I am? And how can I be passionately engaged in this life together with others in their vivid authenticity? The answer is to keep challenging yourself, to go far beyond tolerance and acceptance even, into radical love and radical curiosity for these identities. Because we are just not returning to a pre-pandemic world. We are remaking the world in love's image. And as we remake the world, where is the first place to begin? Where can we go to try on new expressions of ourselves? It's here. This is our mermaid parade. This place, UUCA, can be made in love's image, joyfully weird, transgressive, a creative and safe place to be bold and fierce, to be curious and not defensive. Our religious commitment to curiosity, to that awe and wonder, is vitally important to rebuilding the world in love's image. You may have heard about this recent Gallup poll, came out just a couple of weeks ago, indicating that religious membership in the United States has now fallen to just 47% amongst those who were surveyed, representing less than half the adult population for the first time since Gallup began asking these questions more than 80 years ago. In 2018, 50% of adults who were polled said they belonged to a religious congregation, which was down sharply from the 70% who said so just in 1999, almost just 10 years or so, who said they belonged to a church, synagogue, or mosque. But the truth is, this has not been our experience at UUCA. And I think it is because we are queering church. Our commitment to stay imaginative, to stay curious, to stay vibrantly alive with justice and joy, this will give sanctuary to our resilient city, to our whole community, because I do believe young people, families, people at the end of their lives, all people are still seeking a community that can see them and love them as whole. A community where the world sitting in the pews reflects the world outside of the congregation's walls and all of its diversity, all of its full beauty, glory, complexity, and particularity, where all of us are seen, heard, and honored as whole. We are still the place where we rehearse the beloved community every Sunday, where we remember our commitment to live lives of curiosity, holy curiosity, gentleness, good works. If you think about it, the work of the monastics and the work of the scientists is essentially the same. It is always discerning truth as best you can and taking that seriously, rigorously, and at the same time, living in expectation of all you have yet to learn. Yesterday, at a conference called the Revolutionary Love Conference, Ruby Sales said, "The law and language of our hearts does not speak English, Mandarin, or Swahili. So, even words are too small for the bigness of our hearts, for the incandescent beauty of each and every jewel. So what does it matter if someone is he or she or they or them or Z or Zer or Veer or Faye or Purr, or recently I heard Prince and I loved that. What does it matter? If we are people of awe and wonder, then our curiosity must lead us, not our judgment. We must be led by all that we don't yet know or understand, rather than being led by all we thought we knew. Love is the non-possessive delight in the unique particularity of the other. This is the rigor of rehearsing becoming the beloved community. To transgress what is expected or normal, perhaps what has even become natural. To love in the face of hatred. To be playful about the social construct of gender, and to acclimate ourselves to the incandescent reflection of the other, not as strange or scary or needing to conform, but as precious, reflecting deep, beautiful authenticity. As we rebuild our world anew, may we remake ourselves too, as illuminated reflections of each other. May the strands of our beautiful, jeweled net hold strong. May we never be satisfied with normal. More is possible than we can ever imagine. That's the good news. So that together, may we fly free, defying even gravity. May it be so. Amen.
Amen. What a joy it is to queer church with you, Taryn.
You too, Don.
Our last hymn this morning is Answering the Call of Love. Now, this song became kind of a UU anthem, and we used it that we all are always trying to respond to the call of love, to what needs to happen. And but this song was originally written in the fight for marriage equality, that we were trying to answer that call of love, that everyone could be equal. This is a fabulous hymn. Hope you sing the whole thing with me. This is Answering the Call of Love. The promise of the Spirit, faith, hope, and love abide, and so every soul is blessed and made whole. The truth in our hearts is our guide. We are answering the call of love. Hands joined together as hearts beat as one. Emboldened by faith, we dare to proclaim we are answering the call of love. Sometimes we build a barrier to keep love tightly bound. corrupted by fear, unwilling to hear, denying the beauty we found. We are answering the call of love. Hands joined together as hearts beat as one. Emboldened by faith, we dare to proclaim we are answering the call of love. A bright new day is dawning, when love will not divide. Reflections of grace in every embrace, fulfilling the vision divine. We are answering the call of love. Hands joined together as hearts beat as one. Emboldened by faith, we dare to proclaim we are answering the call of love. We are answering the call of love.
Thank you. I love that. I love that as a continued question. What do we need to do in this moment to answer the call of love? What is love calling us to? I think in this time, our spiritual takeaway is to join the act of co-creation of the world that we are rebuilding now, post-pandemic. And so, just as a little exercise, I want to invite you to queer something in your life. I don't know, we found these Zoom filters a few months ago to give ourselves lipstick and makeup. And so we kind of queered our staff meetings a little bit. I don't know, something that you can really transgress, can subvert and turn on its head. Maybe it's an old pattern you're involved in with someone. But think about something that might need to be subverted, need to be queered in that creative way, in that world rebuilding way that we are all endeavoring to do together. So take this spiritual takeaway into your week, into your day, and go in peace, go in love, go in recommitment to answer that call of love. Amen, and blessed be.
I feel no motion, standing on these mountains and plains, far away from the rolling ocean. Still my dry land heart can say, I've been sailing all my life now, never harbor or port have I known. The wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue old home. I ply the starry seas, leaning over the edge in wonder, casting questions into the deep, drifting here with my ship's companions, all we kindred pilgrim souls, making our way by the lights of the heavens in our beautiful blue home. Upholding me, hail the great winds urging me on. Read the infinite sea before me, sing the sky my sailor's song. I was born upon the fathoms, never harbor or port have I known. The wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue boat home. The wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue boat.
Take this light around.
Peace and freedom is our cry. Peace and freedom is our cry. Without these, the world will die. Peace and freedom is our cry. We are building a new way. We are building a new way. We are building a new way, getting stronger every day. We are building a new way. We are building a new way, getting stronger every day. We are building a new way. We are building a new way. We are building. We're building a new way. Yeah, I heard it. We're building us a new way. Yeah, I heard it on the front line. That we're building us a new way.
You are the new day. You are the new day. I will love you more than me and more than yesterday. If you can but prove to me you are the new day. Send the sun in time for dawn. Let the birds all hail the morning. La